Okay, so you want to make a climate graph. First things first, you have your title, Station A, it might be Cape Dorset, it might be Kingston, Ontario. Whatever title of the location the climate data is coming from, that's the title of your graph. And then we have temperature and precipitation giving us the climate for this area. Temperature is always listed in the red line, and our scale for that is -50 all the way up to plus 30 degrees Celsius. That will always be our scale for temperature. Now for precipitation, we label that in blue, blue for rain. That scale is 0 to 200 millimeters for that, so always 0 to 200 for precipitation. And on the bottom we have our months, January all the way up to December. So step one in making a graph. Highlight your data from January all the way to December and collect your precipitation data and your temperature data. Notice temperature data has negatives, precipitation does not, because you cannot have negative rainfall, of course. So once that's highlighted, go to the top to Insert and scroll down to Chart and select Column right here. First one on the left, clustered column, gives you your graph. Now we have some work to do with it. Stretch it out, click on the red and come back up and select Line here. Over to the left again, and now your temperature data is in a line. Now we want that line to be smooth. So if you double click it, this window pops up, which is Format Data Series, and just click Smooth Line, and it makes it a little neater. We don't want our data series here, Series 1 and 2. Remember, label more, legend less, of course. So we're going to just hit delete on the keyboard with that once you select it. Now there's a scale now for temperature, but not for precipitation. So if you click on the red line once and right click after that, and go to Format Data Series. This box will come up, Format Data Series again, and you go to Axis and select Secondary Axis. And that will give us an axis on each side now. So now we can have information for both precipitation and temperature. So now we have no negative numbers on this side, so we know that that's definitely precipitation. And our scale, of course, for precipitation is 0 to 200 millimeters. Okay, so now we have 0 to 200, and we go over to temperature, and our scale for that. Double click the numbers, and it's -50 is our lowest, and plus 30 right here is our highest. Just go OK, and now we have 30 down to -50. Now we want to throw a title on this, we want to thicken up these lines, just make it look a little nicer. So if we go View at the top, Formatting Palette, this window pops up. And if you look here under Chart Options, Titles, Chart Title, select it, and we'll call it Station A, wherever the location is that you gathered this climate data from. Vertical axis, the first one will be precipitation. And that is in millimeters. Ensure that you put the units in there so your readers know what units you're using to measure this. And your other one, of course, is temperature. And it's the negative numbers, and so we give that in degrees Celsius. And you're almost done. Next step is to click once on the blue. Now you double click and you can go to Options and this gap width right here. What you want to do is bring that right down to 0%, and it thickens up those lines. Makes it look nice and neat. Now you are complete. Now if you want to take it a little further, you can go down to your formatting palette again and add in different colors, and you can smooth up the lines, add themes to it. There's document themes. The only thing you need to remember is that precipitation is always blue and temperature is always red. And as you're jazzing it up, just ensure that your readers can still read what you're trying to present to them. Okay.